We're going to go back to healthcare for a moment. And I would appreciate it if we could deal with specificities here. Question is, assuming you do not support the Democrats' proposal for healthcare reform, what do you propose to improve the sorry state of America's healthcare system? Now this makes an assumption that America's healthcare system is in a sorry state. And obviously there's more than one side to that. Some of our healthcare is amongst the best, some of it is very much lacking, and in some cases it doesn't exist for certain people. So with as much specificity as you can, tell us what you would do about it. Randy?
I think first of all, we need to address healthcare costs. The current issue that they're dealing with out in Washington, D.C. does nothing to do with cost of healthcare. I think that is a significant problem. I had been working in the state legislature. When I was in the House, I was the Republican spokesperson on the Judiciary Committee, and we introduced legislation to bring real tort reform here to Illinois, medical malpractice insurance reform to keep good doctors here. We were losing good doctors every day to surrounding states. I fought for it. I was one of the co-sponsors of that. I was the chief Republican sponsor of that and supporter of that in the House. Passed a Democratic House, passed a Democratic Senate, signed by a Democratic governor to have real, meaningful tort reform here in Illinois. We need to have that same kind of process or thought of how do we address costs. The cost of defensive medicine is not only the out-of-control jury verdicts, but the fact that doctors are making a paper trail just with the thought that they're going to be sued if something were to happen. So rather than doing the 4 tests that would really find out what your problems are, they're doing 10 tests. And you know, we are all paying for that. I agree that the right approach for this is not to throw out the entire program, where really 80 to 85% of people are pretty pleased with the health care they've gotten and the doctors that they get to see. Let's make sure we maintain that, but let's go after those who have been uninsurable. Let's find a way to address that. We can do it. And let's really go after the culprit of so much of the problem is healthcare costs. As costs come down, competition goes up, there's more affordability. Many of those 15% that can't afford it now would be able to afford it if we made it address the cost of healthcare.
Almost 40 years ago, then President Nixon said that it would be very important for us to rid ourselves of foreign oil. In the ensuing, actually I believe it's 37 years, we haven't done very much, except to increase the amount of foreign oil that we use. Let's look at energy substitutions and energy initiatives. Please hold your remarks to 1 minute each, and let's start at the far end. What can we do to improve the energy situation and get away from our dependence on foreign oil? Randy?
I think we need to give incentives for American ingenuity to kick in. We can solve this. I'm supportive of an extension of a research and development tax credit for another 10 years so that our best and brightest can come up with more ideas of ways that we can create sustainable energy moving forward. I do think we need to have more drilling here. I also think we need to site refineries here. I've also visited nuclear plants here in Illinois that are very safe, very secure. We haven't sited a nuclear plant for 30 years. A long, long time. If we started to do some of this stuff, I guarantee you the price of oil, foreign oil, and the chokehold that they have on us would be let go. So we need to take care of every possibility we have with that hope of knowing that fossil fuels, we are going to be dependent on them for a period of time, but I know there's other alternatives out there, next advances in technology that we can look forward to if we give the opportunity and the encouragement to our best and brightest to be able to do that.